Welcome to the virtual second Friday Art Night in Historic Arkansas Museum Store. We're happy to be featuring the work of Cre Maith, which is a pottery studio right here in Maumelle. We got quite a bit of their work, and we're going to be showing you a video of Regine Healy, who's one of the two artists with Cre Maith. She and her husband Ray Schott make this work, and she's going to be showing you some of the details of how she puts sprig molded pieces onto her hand-built pottery. So check that out.
Hi, I'm Regine Healy.
And I'm Ray Schott.
And together we're
Cré Maith.
And as part of the the virtual Second Friday Art Night, I've been asked to do a demonstration. I thought about it and I decided I would demo how to make a sprig mold because it's something that I do a lot with my work. Ray, don't you have something to do?
Yep, I'm going to head downstairs and get the damp box ready and a dry board to put the slab on.
Okay, thanks honey.
See you later.
See ya. Okay, so kind of give you an idea of what a sprig mold will create is all these embellishments that I have on my piece here. This is kind of a vase or whatever, but anyway, are made from a sprig mold. These are I use real shells and real starfish, and this was actually a plastic turtle. I did not use a live turtle. No live turtles were injured. I'll give you another kind of a sample. This is actually one of my sprig molds. You can do them individually. I just like them to have, I like to have them all on one piece. It's a little heavier, but it's easier to carry, and then I can put multiple pieces of clay in it and let them sit there for a minute and then take them out when they're ready. So I'll kind of show you what we're gonna try. We're trying to create something that's gonna make what I call my doodads. A little too much clay. We'll make a starfish. Okay, so I'm just gonna roll the clay kind of in between my hands and press the clay. I'm pressing the clay into the mold. I want to press it in really well because I really want all the impressions that the original starfish that I used to make the mold, I want those to show up on my final piece. We're going to set this aside and let this clay just dry for a little bit, and then we'll take it out and look at it. So in the meantime, I have prepared a slab. And we do not have a commercial slab roller at our home. A lot of people hand build our slab, or a lot of work is slab built. People that are hand builders versus potters on wheels. But anyway, so I have already prepared this, and I used a method that was taught to us by one of my instructors at the Arkansas Art Center, Celia Story, where you just take and get your, your clay as flat as you can, and then you start rolling it out. You use the boards that are exactly the same depth to kind of guide it so that you do not go below, and it keeps your slab even. I want it to be a 1/2 inch thick. I would never make a sprig mold less than a 1/2 inch because you really want to be able to make a good impression, a deep impression, and pull it out so that you can, really have a nice, vital doodah to put on your piece. So anyway, like I said, I've already rolled this out using these 2 1/2 inch pieces of board so that I can have an even slab. Now let me just go ahead and smooth it out a little. I don't want any lumps or air bubbles or lines before I start adding my items that I want to create in my sprig mold. You can really use anything. I mean, use your imagination. I've done some costume jewelry. I've done old belt buckles. Today I'm going to do a couple leaves because I really want some natural looking leaves. And I'm going to just gently press those in. Now the leaves are not going to be able to go in as far, but I'm going to try and get them in a little bit farther. What's good about it, because the leaves are from nature, the leaf can actually stay in. I'll take my pony roller and just roll it. The leaf can actually stay in the clay during the firing process because it'll just burn out in the kiln. Okay, and then I think I had another leaf I wanted to use. I want the stem on this one, so I'm going to let it stay on there and it'll kind of hang off. And I'll leave this in here, but the other items I'm going to remove. Okay. Now, other items that I'm going to use possibly would get, like when I pull them out, there would just be clay stuck to them, and there would be no impression like that was anywhere similar to what I was trying to make. So you should use some kind of releasing agent. I generally use WD-40. You can use cornstarch. People use different things. It just kind of depends on what your preference is. So I'm just going to spray it on this paper towel and then spray it on my item. I found this cute little disco ball, and I just thought it was fun, and I think that all those little facets of mirrors could really kind of create a cool look, and might even be something that I could use in some of my ocean work, because it might look like some kind of weird sea urchin or something. Oh yeah, that's really, really neat. Also bought a set of these, they're rubber. This is what they look like. I'll put a piece of paper behind them. These are just different textures that I'm sure people use maybe, they came from the craft store, so they're probably for printmaking or something. But I'm going to again rub my paper towel with WD-40. I might even need a little bit more. And I really like these textures, and a lot of times I like to put a little texture on the outside of my piece as well. This is an example. Let me get it. This piece right here, I've used a piece of texture that I found, and I pressed it into my clay just in this area and a little bit on the bottom, just because I thought that was kind of clever and different. And that's what I'm going to use these little plastic things for, is to create just small amounts of texture on the outside of my item. If I were going to do the whole thing in texture, then you wouldn't use a sprig mold. You would probably get your texture. You would probably have a large piece of texture, or have a piece of texture that you just placed on your clay and pony rolled it, and then placed it and pony rolled it to create, you know, a texture that was uninterrupted. Okay, I'm running out of time. There's a couple more things I wanted to do. I have a really cute little button that I found that I thought was neat. I'm going to put that in there. Now that's going to be hard to get out. So I'm going to have to take a little. I'll take my knife and get it out. Ah, got it out. Also thought this lipstick was really neat it might make a neat impression for me. So I'm gonna roll the lipstick and I'm gonna press deep because I want a good impression of this. Okay, let's see how our starfish is doing. Okay. And here's our starfish. So this is what a sprig would look like. And of course I would trim it up. And you can see all the texture that was on the mold is also on the starfish. Now we'll remove these. And there's your sprig mold. Now I'll fire it, I'll trim it so it's, you know, at least halfway square, and send it to be fired. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed it.
I hope you enjoyed getting a sneak peek into how Virginie works on her pottery. You'll find that we have quite a few pieces here, and some of them are also featured on our website. This is one of the types of pieces that Virginie was showing you in the video, where she creates a sprig mold pieces on the outside. It's all hand built, meaning doesn't use a wheel to create it. I also really like Virginie's vases. They have some beautiful color to them, look great with any kind of casual floral arrangement. I think it's almost denim color. You can see the strap building there, and more of those sprig molds. Ruby's pieces tend to be a little bit more organic and leaf based. You can see this bowl here. It looks almost like 3 leaves just fell into the shape of a bowl. But there's one right over here I want to be sure we get a nice close-up look at. Some really beautiful details. It's cabbage leaves, nice blues and greens on the exterior, but check out all those gorgeous colors on the inside. Be a great statement piece on any table. So if you head over to our store website, so Historic Arkansas Museum, historicarkansas.org/store, you'll see a Second Friday Art Night section. It has all of Cre Maith's pieces highlighted there.